Now, let's back up. Here's our reference. We're trying to figure out, is it true? Because in order to establish doctrinal truth, you need 2 to 3 witnesses. We got the first one in Genesis 6. Let's see if there's anywhere else in the book that confirms what we just read. All right, here it is. We're going to start here. This is 2 Peter chapter 2. For Peter said, if God, now listen, we know that this if is not the if a condition. Maybe he will, maybe he won't, or maybe he did, maybe he didn't. That's not condition. So conditional if, this is important when you're reading a book. You need to know this word is big. You need to know whether it's the conditional if, which means maybe, maybe not. Or if this is the if of argument, which is better translated since. In this right here, we know it already happened. So we know it is not the if of condition. We know that it is the if of argument. How? For since God did not spare the angels. Hey, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. No, he didn't spare them. He didn't. He locked them up. So we know that this is the if of argument. So please, every time you see the word if, especially in the New Testament, you need to clearly define if that if is an if of condition. If the Bible is clear that it happened, you know it can't be the if of condition. So you can't read it that way. You have to understand this if of argument because God has declared it to be so. And it's happened or it will happen and it can't be changed. It's what the Bible calls a decree. Okay. If God, he did not spare the angels. The angels that sin. He said, oh, yeah, those are the ones that sin with Satan in heaven. Really? Okay, let's keep reading. But he cast, notice, every time God talks about getting rid of sinners and the wicked, whether it's angels or men, you know what he has to do? He always said he cast them somewhere. Why is that? Hey, nobody wants to go to hell. You think the demons want to go? You think they go there willingly, cheering and having a party? Oh, I'm going to meet all my friends. No, they're cast down. Why? Who wants to go to hell? God cast them down to hell. This isn't the lake of fire. This is a reference. Do this quickly. This is a reference to the chamber that is beneath the earth. So here, right here, you have what the Bible calls Hades. This is a prison. This is small. Let me do this, folks, so I can clearly show you. I'll add a page here. This is the earth, okay? All right, so here, this place right here is called Hades, Sheol, the grave. That's the 3 names given to this place right here. On this side, it was originally before the cross. So before the cross, this was called Abraham's bosom. Okay, this is where the rich man was. I mean, the rich man and Lazarus. This is the place that God was talking about. Okay, that's this place right here. This place, this side right here. All right, this side though is called something else. It was called place of torment. Remember the rich man says, I am tormented in this flame. But he can feel, he can see, he can taste. All his senses was operable. He can literally see between these two places. The Bible says there was a gulf between those, and it was fixed. You, Mr. Rich Man, can't come across to us. Guess what? The saved people couldn't get across to them. That's the book. So there's no such thing as saved people going back to hell. No, no, no. That's craziness. It's not in the book. The gulf is fixed. It's fixed both ways. Okay, so this place is for humans. This, folks, is under the earth. How do I know that? There's a big write-up for 4 chapters in the book of Ezekiel. If you go read, I think it starts at chapter 30 and it goes all the way to chapter 34. If you go read that, it's about Pharaoh in Egypt. But he's really talking about this place right here. If you go read that, it'll tell you what's going on in this place. It'll tell you exactly where it is. It even tells you where the Garden of Eden went. That's why nobody's able to find it. The Garden of Eden is Abraham's bosom. You say, oh, you making it up? No, I'm not making it up. Folks, go read the book. Go read Ezekiel between chapter 30 and 34, I believe it is. It's 4 chapters. Go read it for yourself. It says that the Garden of Eden was moved in the earth, right here, Abraham's bosom, also called paradise. The garden. It was moved right here. I didn't make that up. Read the book. Okay, enough of that. Where did these angels go to? These angels were sent here. This is a place called the abyss. It's under the earth. It's also called the bottomless pit. That's also talked about in the book of Ezekiel. It's talked about in the Psalms. All these references, it's talked about in Exodus. Remember when the ground opened up and took Damien and all those people, his family, and Korah down? They went, Moses says, into the pit. What pit? This right here. Folks, listen, it's all over the book. I don't make stuff up. The Bible says there's a cap that he puts on here. That anybody, these angels, so that's angels that sin, Peter said this is where they went. And there's some of them in here, the Bible says, are locked in chains. They're so wicked, so vile, that they're locked up in chains and never going to get out until judgment day. Even the demons that are free don't want to go down there with them. The demons, the legion that asked Jesus to go into the pigs, you know what they said? Oh, please, Lord, don't send us to the pit. Let us go in these pigs, man. I don't want to go here with these angels. The bad business, bad news. Then the Bible says there's 4 particular angels, 4, that are locked up underneath the river Euphrates. What in the world they're doing now, I have no idea. He didn't tell us why they were there. I know why these are here because he tells us. But there's 4 locked up until the end, locked up underneath the river Euphrates. You find that in the book of Revelation. Okay, so that's what's happening here, right? That's what Peter is making a reference to. So now that we know that,